Hello everyone! I was going to make this video yesterday, but I was feeling sick from getting my COVID booster shot. Fortunately, I feel better today, so we're going to do this video. Since I've been playing a lot of Mario Party Superstars as of late, I feel like I need to do a video that's focused entirely on the minigames. And more specifically, I'm going to talk about some of the very best and some of the very worst. And since I haven't made a top 11 list in 4 months, I'd figure I'd combine 2 in 1. Without further ado, let's discuss my top 11 least favorite and favorite minigames. Let's get negative first before discussing the good ones. So for the top 11 worst, we're going to start with some ones that really aren't that bad. It's just that I'm terrible at them and they annoy me. After that, we'll get into the genuinely bad minigames. So first at number 11, we have Dizzy Dancing. I hate having to put this on the list because I really like the record player art style. However, it is almost impossible for me to grab those music clefs because I am just terrible at controlling Dizzy Waluigi. At number 10, we have Paths of Peril. It's just so hard for me to navigate this minigame. The title is very accurate. The paths are perilous. They're so narrow, and I find myself falling off all the time. And in terms of the art style, it's not that appealing, taking place in a barren desert. At number 9, we have Dinger Derby. You are spammed baseballs and have to hit them for home runs. Again, easier said than done for me. The baseballs usually move too fast for me to react to, and then when they slow down, I'm used to them going fast. It's very hard for me to time swinging a dinger, let's just say that. At number 8, we have Castaways. It's a pretty lame coin minigame, and again, one that is quite awkward to control. It's hard to time your cast for the coin bags in the back row, which always leaves Waluigi looking quite dejected. And I can never seem to just time an easier shot for the coins in the front rows either. I just don't like this one. At number 7, we have Mecha Marathon. Okay, now we're getting into minigames that suck for reasons that go far beyond me being bad at them. And the thing that I don't like about this is that it's a button masher. Spamming buttons just isn't that fun. But hey, at least you get to see your Shy Guys have a little wind-up race afterwards. Because that's more than I can say for number 6, Pokey Pummel. It's essentially a less fun button masher than the previous one. Instead of spamming 2 buttons, you just spam A. And instead of seeing Shy Guys race, you get to see a Pokey gradually disintegrate. Fantastic. At number 5, we have Manner of Escape. This game takes place in a haunted mansion where you are opening up doors to see which is the right path. Yup, we're getting into the luck-based games. Of course, you could quickly follow the people ahead of you who open up the doors, but you've already fallen behind. This game sucks. At number 4, we have Hide and Sneak. Again, this is largely a luck-based game where you just have to randomly pick which spots people are hiding behind and hope that you're right. And if you're on the team of 3, well, you just have the hope you're not found. It reminds me of that hide and peek minigame from Wii Party. Poofesher and I both get enraged by this sort of stupid game. At number 3, we have Bowser's Big Blast. This game is a completely 100% based on RNG, and that's stupid. You just pull down a lever and hope Bowser doesn't blast you. I've won this game before, but I don't take much satisfaction in winning a game where it's essentially a lottery. At least the characters praying that Bowser doesn't hit them is kinda adorable. At number 2, we have Piranhas Pursue. This 1v3 is completely rigged for the 1. You just have to have competent reflexes in jumping over the logs, and there's nothing the 3 can do about it. They'll ground pound all they want, but there's just no way Petey Piranha is gonna catch up. And finally, at number 1, we have Honeycomb Havoc. I freaking hate this game. Mostly because every time I've played it, I've been stuck with the honeycomb. But that's exactly why this game is so stupid. Sure, the 1 and 2 block gives you some control, but in terms of the honeycomb landing in your basket, that's mostly outside your control. It's a dumb game, plain and simple. Now let's be a bit more positive and go over some of the best minigames, shall we? At number 11, we have XRight Payday. It's the best coin minigame as you have to carefully pay attention to which boxes have a coin, or even a whole bag of coins. You also have to pay attention to which boxes will just punch you in the face. It's a clever concept. At number 10, we have Tackle Takedown. To me, a lot of the 1v3 minigames are a bit problematic when it comes to balance, but not this one. I've seen both sides win here, and how could we go wrong with a football-based minigame? Besides, it reminds me of that game I used to play on the ESPN arcade, Return Man. At number 9, we have Coney Island. Okay, I'm not particularly good at this game, as the ice cream always seems to land to the side of me when I'm trying to catch it out of the air. But I don't care, it's ice cream and it looks fantastic. Plus, I love how they gave it the name Coney Island. It is a pun on the famous amusement park from Brooklyn, which I have been to. At number 8, we have the Final Countdown. This is a lot like a certain very popular minigame that will be higher up on the list. Basically, you pay attention to the rapidly changing numbered platforms. Once a platform goes down to 0, it disappears, so you want to stay on the higher numbers. It makes for an intense battle, as you can punch and kick players to less desirable platforms as well. At number 7, we have Cake Factory. Yes, I felt I had to put a 2v2 minigame somewhere on one of these lists, and this was the best one. Again, how could you go wrong with sugary food? It's a good game of teamwork, as you have to collaborate with your teammate to put toppings on the cake. Of course, once the desserts move quickly on the conveyor, you have to time things quite well, or else your character will appear quite dejected when you miss. At number 6, we have Pushy Penguins. Aw, now how could you go wrong with a minigame based around penguins? These guys try to push you into the water though, and you gotta dodge them. It's as simple as that, and I like this game's simplicity. The last one standing wins, so don't be a victim of these penguins and their pushy ways. At number 5, we have Bumper Balls. This is a Mario Party classic and is another last one standing sort of game. You'll find a lot of these on the top 11 list, as those are typically the fun ones. The goal is quite simple: knock other people off while trying to balance on top of a ball. The game is fun, but intense, as you can easily lose your balance and fall off. The edge always seems near. At number 3, we have Nightlight Fright. Who else loves this game? Just me? Alright, makes sense. After all, I did once stop the chain chomp when it was only 0.1 meters away from me. But yeah, you gotta time shining the light at the chain chomp at just the right time. It's an interesting game of strategy, as you don't want to shine it too soon, but you also don't want to get chomped. Plus, I love the dark corridor atmosphere in this one. At number 2, we have Hot Rope Jump. This one is just super fun for me. You get to time your jumps with the fiery rope and watch as the rope changes colors. It looks really nice, and it doesn't just change colors, it rapidly changes speed too. And despite my lack of physical coordination, I'm somehow pretty good at this particular minigame. And finally, at number 1, we actually have a dual minigame, Tick Tock Hop. You can tell from the last one that I like the jumping minigames, and this is a lot like the last one, but cooler. First of all, the clock looks really sleek. Secondly, the hands on the clock changing around and changing speed makes things quite intense. I love it. It reminds me of the sweeper from Wipeout. Well, those were my thoughts on Mario Party Superstars and 22 of its 100 minigames. What do you guys think of my lists? What would you say are some of the best and worst minigames in Mario Party Superstars? Let me know in the comments. I do go back to college next week, but hopefully I should still have a video up then. Bye bye.